Everyone. Welcome to week 8 of our English 205 class. Should be a fairly quick video this week, not a ton to go over. I'm going to open up the content tab, go to week 8 here, and launch the unit and show you what we're doing. So this week we are focusing on writing the profile essay. Now, if you posted your, or I should say submitted your pre-writing and planning assignment, which was due on Thursday of week 7. If you submitted that on time, I spent a good chunk of Friday going through all of those submissions and giving people feedback on them. If you didn't submit it by the time that I was done going through it, my plan is to hopefully tomorrow go back and see if there are any late submissions that I missed and give feedback on those. But I think most people should have feedback on their pre-writing and planning. Just make sure to take my comments into consideration when it comes time to write your paper. As you draft the essay, remember what you've learned in the previous weeks about the writing process, developing your ideas, organization, and descriptive details. Use this knowledge to write a profile essay that creates a clear picture of who your subject is and why. To help with this process, you will review the concept of a dominant impression, profile essay essentials, and descriptive details, and you will learn about incorporating dialogue into your writing. Once again, you'll have the opportunity to share your work with your writers group. This week's discussion forum provides the opportunity for a peer review, which will enable you to get valuable feedback from your group members and also provide them with some of your own helpful advice. Our objectives for this week: you're going to compose a draft of your profile essay in APA style. You're going to apply the concept of a dominant impression. You're going to integrate dialogue and descriptive details into your essay, and you're also going to be participating in peer review. On to some readings and resources that you may find helpful. Here we have a reading on descriptive and sensory detail. Here is a source on how to write dialogue. Here is some information on descriptive writing, some info on how to show rather than tell in your writing. I can't remember if I've said this to you or not, but a lot of times in good writing, especially good like creative descriptive writing, is you don't want to just come right out and say something. You want to provide good descriptions that help the reader come to that conclusion on their own. So for instance, if the person in your profile essay is sad, you may not want to just come right out and say they were sad, but instead you'd provide good descriptive details that would help the reader realize that they're sad. If their body language is, real, like withdrawn, perhaps like hunched over, if they are crying, if you see, like tears welling up in their eyes, those would all be good descriptive ways to indicate that someone is sad, rather than just coming right out and saying it. And then lastly, we have a video here on giving some guidance on peer review. The only assignment for this week is the peer review. To do this, you are going to post a copy of your profile essay. Make sure that this rough draft is as close to the final version as possible. That is going to be your initial post. So by Thursday of week 8, you're going to share your rough draft to the discussion board. Also include any questions or concerns that you have about your essay. And then by Sunday, you're going to reply to at least 2 of your peers' work. When you're selecting group members, try to pick people who have the fewest number of replies. That way we hopefully can guarantee that everyone gets at least some feedback on their paper before they have to turn in the final draft. As far as actually giving feedback to your peers, make sure to answer these questions in your peer review. I would just copy and paste these right into your post, respond to every single question. That way you can ensure that you get full points. If you're not clearly numbering your responses, if you skip over some of these questions, you risk losing some points for this activity. As you are giving feedback, try as best as you can to give specific examples. If you just speak generally, if you kind of are vague in your feedback, if you can't point to specific places in the paper where someone is doing something well, or doing something they can improve on, your peer may not really know what to do with that information. Being able to point to specific examples goes a long way to help someone correct issues in their paper. I will let you read through these questions on your own, but if any of them don't make sense to you, if you want me to elaborate on them, just let me know. Also keep in mind that if you would like feedback on your rough draft, I'm happy to provide it. Just make sure that you give me your paper by Wednesday of this week, of week 8. I cannot accept papers, or that's the wrong way to phrase it. I can't give feedback on papers after Wednesday. I just have to make sure that I have enough time to read and thoughtfully respond to people's writing. So if you do want that, pretty specific, individualized feedback on your rough draft, make sure that you send me a paper by Wednesday. And that is it for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. I would be happy to help you out.